Yeah, I spent a solid at least 20K, probably more. Lots of different therapists, lots of different healing modalities, and I want to share with you what really worked for me. Hi, I'm Brittany Rochelle. I'm an anger alchemist, helping you alchemize rage, resentment, frustration into undeniable power to live a magnificently melanated life. And today I want to share with you the 5 most effective trauma healing tools that I know of out of my own personal $20,000+ investment in learning and trying to understand my own trauma to heal myself so I can live the life that I desired, and in the process becoming an anger alchemist and helping others do the same. I think it's so helpful and incredibly important, which is what I support monetarily, with my time, with my energy, to go into real mental health support with a licensed therapist. And for so many of us, it's not accessible because they're expensive, or because they often are incredibly white-centered and fundamentally don't see, understand, or know how to work with the lives and the experiences of melanated people. And even those of us who are lucky enough and work hard enough to find and shop around and get a really great therapist who really supports our healing journey, it's important to have these tools because we don't want to always be constantly dependent on that person, or needing to see that person, or needing to give that person $20,000 in order to get the transformation that we are looking for over the long run. That's why I'm sharing this video of the 5 free accessible tools that I love, that I use on a regular basis, because I think that this should be something that everyone has access to, not just people who are willing to pay tens of thousands of dollars in therapy and personal development work. These are going to be a really high-level overview of the tools that I use. If you want to get even more detail about them, I invite you to go and do research on your own, or you can just work with me in my one-on-one coaching, where we can go a little bit more in depth and personalize as to how you can use these tools in your life and in your own trauma healing journey. So number 1 is neuroemotional technique. Not gonna lie, I found this out through Grey's Anatomy. It was like that one episode where Owen goes to see an NET specialist and does some work around things that he's struggling with. I believe he was dating like Amelia or Teddy, or hadn't married Teddy, but still had just divorced Amelia. It's deep in the Grey's Anatomy story. But essentially, neuroemotional technique is based on acupressure points. This is based on traditional Chinese medicine and the idea that specific emotions are actually tied to different organs in our body. And I've seen this to be true so much in my own life. And as an anger alchemist, I feel completely obligated and necessary to tell you specifically that the organs of the liver, which is the yin meridian, which runs kind of inside your body, on the inner parts of your body, and then the gallbladder, which is the yang, which runs along the outside of your body, are the 2 organs that are really closely associated with rage, with resentment, with bitterness, with all the lovely, beautiful things that I like to work with and alchemize on a regular basis. So you can research a little bit more around what NET or neuroemotional technique is, but it's essentially where you use these acupressure points to help you work through challenging emotions, situations, and memory, and kind of take off the emotional charge that often has us being very overwhelmed or confused or furious or frustrated around specific events that have happened to us in our lives. And I also think tracing these meridians, the liver and gallbladder, is something I do honestly on a daily basis because I'm an anger alchemist. That has been really, really helpful in helping you to transform and really see the value of these emotions and learn from them as the incredible teachers that they are. And number 2, continuing on with the traditional Chinese medicine root and acupressure points. So this is kind of, if you've ever done acupuncture, which is not on my list because it's not super accessible, and I feel like the benefits, I don't know, I'm not a fan of puncture as much as acupressure because it's way more accessible, and it uses the specific parts of our body, all of which are mapped to specific organs that really house all of our main emotions. And so next on the list is EFT, which stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. Again, I invite you to check out more about this. Abiola Abrams has an amazing EFT collection. She has a lot of free tapping videos on YouTube that you can check out, and also her amazing website. But essentially this has you tap different places on your face and body that correlate to different emotions, and again helps you to be able to work through challenging events, things that happen to you on your daily life, and helps you really be able to manage them more, which is so great to do in between therapy sessions, or if you're not able to work with a therapist, you can do this on your own as much as you want. It's such a powerful way to heal, and it's also very open source, so you can make up your own scripts or say whatever you want to say about how you're feeling while doing the EFT tapping on your face and body. Number 3 is Byron Katie's The Work. Again, these are really pretty much free resources. You can get her incredible book, Loving What Is, at your local library. Shout out to all the library people, because I did not want to buy books for the longest time, especially when you can get them for free. And you can also check out her absolutely free Judging Your Neighbor worksheet on her website. This is essentially what she calls going into inquiry. So we have all of these thoughts or beliefs that often are not serving us. And so she gives you this really easy 4-step and a turnaround process that has you be able to really get curious, question, and actually transform your beliefs into things that actually help you. This is so powerful and really good to do with things like jealousy, like deep resentment, like feeling envy about other people, which we all do. And so often when we have no way to deal with those emotions, or we just deny that we have them, or we repress them, or we let ourselves be controlled by our jealousy and our envy, and instead we can actually turn those around and make it incredibly powerful and really fun for us to explore those beliefs and those feelings, and then actually have our own empowering narratives instead. And number 4 on the list is breathwork. This is one of my favorites. I do this with my clients all the time. And it's so great because this is simply a breathing meditation. It's a meditation where you focus on your breath. And there are lots of different ways to do this, but traditional breath work is really doing what's called a connected breath. That means there's no pause between the inhale and the exhale. And so I want to go over here briefly 2 different kinds of breath work. One being breath work that really activates your sympathetic nervous system. This is something that helps you get activated and kind of amps you up. So if it's 4 in the afternoon and you feel like you want to take a nap or you need coffee, you can do breath work instead. And this can really, I feel it over and over, and I share this with my clients and they see the benefits of being able to just activate your body naturally without any external substance. And so this is breath work that you can do breathing in and out of your mouth and going a little bit harder and faster to really activate or amp you up. Or you can do breath work that works with your parasympathetic nervous system, which really allows you to calm down. So if you're about to go to sleep, or if you struggle with panic attacks or anxiety, which I did for years, this is such an incredible way to really gently, slowly calm your body. And so this can be done primarily through breathing in and out of the nose, and you can take this as slow and as gently as you want. I invite you to check out and do more research on breathwork. It is not advised for people who are pregnant or trying to become pregnant, people who have a history of seizures or epilepsy. So be sure to consult with your doctor, your medical professional, and really go through breathwork with caution. If you're loving this content, you love all of these free tools, I invite you to check out my absolutely free ebook where I give you even more tools and share my own lived experience as a Black person with trauma, healing and somatic exercises. And number 5, finally, is sounding. This is pretty much what it sounds like, but it's where you let yourself sound. This can be things like singing. So many people feel that when they sing, it makes them feel better. And that's because it allows you to sound, which is actually a way to tell your body that you're actually safe enough to make noise. Because in a true, deeply traumatized state, if you make noise, that actually attracts attention to yourself. So this is a way that we can speak with our body and to our body in ways that are beyond just the conscious mind. So I invite you to find somewhat sound private spaces. I love to do this in my car. As someone who's lived in apartments with very thin walls, I will say that it's possible to do sounding just at a lower volume. So you can sing, but you can also just take slow, deep breaths and make any kind of sound that wants to come out of your body. It doesn't have to be a pretty sound. It doesn't have to be polite or something that you understand. It can be super animalistic. It can be growls. It can be yells. It can be screams. It can be gurgles. It can be whatever you want, just allowing yourself and your body to sound out. This is really, really great for allowing yourself to release and let go of stored trauma that lives within our bodies. And a completely free bonus is embodiment. This is something as simple as really allowing your body to feel the way that you say that you feel. So if you say you feel super weighed down by something, I invite you to get some weights and tie them to yourself and walk around with that amount of weight if something is weighing you down. I did this so much when I felt like I was stuck or I felt like I was trapped. I would literally get under my desk and let myself feel that sense of claustrophobia or that really sense of being stuck. This is really fun to do in a measured way because it allows your body to get that sensation, and it really, again, bridges that gap and builds a stronger connection between your body and your mind, which is so necessary for trauma healing. So I hope that this video was helpful for you. I have way more free tips in my free ebook, Melanin and Reclamation. I encourage you to try out some of these absolutely free tools, research them a little bit more, and let me know what you think.